Well, you know, I thought at the Liberty game we were a better football team than we were the previous week out at Montana State. You know, as we knew going in, Liberty is an excellent football team. They're well coached and they're extremely athletic. I thought we improved in the defensive side of the ball, especially in the front seven. I thought we did a real good job against their run game and really contained them fairly well. We had some issues with some big plays, and most of them came in the pass game, and that's something that obviously we have to clean up. On the offensive side, you know, we didn't run the ball as well as we would have liked. We had trouble getting some things generated there, and so you know there's some things we have to improve on as we head into this week's game at Lehigh. Well, you know, you look at Lehigh's personnel, and they don't have a lot of returning starters from last year, 4 or 5 on each side of the ball. But what impresses me about them is that they were down 20 points in the fourth quarter. They came back, sent the game to overtime, and then were able to pull out the victory in double overtime. You know, that tells me that that's a group that stays with it. They're never going to quit. They're always going to compete, and they're able to come back from fairly sizable deficits. Well, they had, I believe it was 3, maybe 4 if you count the overtime consecutive possessions where they scored at the end of the game. Most of them came in the pass game, big plays over the top, catches and runs, and that just kind of demonstrated their athleticism and their ability to throw the ball. The quarterback is very good, and he's got an excellent cast of receivers that run good routes, get themselves open, and can make yards after the catch. Well, you know, as with all of our players, we're hoping that Brandon continues to grow, continues to improve, continues to get comfortable within our offense. He had a couple throws on last Saturday night that I know he wished he could take over again and have back, but you can't do that. So you know, he's going to be better this next time out. He seems to be adjusting quite well. He seems to be improving each week, and we just hope that he takes another step here in week 3. So you know, Mike's having a good season so far. I know we're only 2 games in, but he's performing at a very high level. He was off to a great start down at Liberty. Had a little bit of an ankle issue, and we weren't able to go to him as much as we would have liked in the second half. But you know, we expect him to continue to do great things throughout the season, and we're looking forward to a big game from him this week.